So besides Body and Society, which I'm sure you loved, what have been some of your other favorite classes at UMKC and in the department, and what did you like about them?
One of my favorite classes has been social deviance. In this class, we did many social experience, what I really enjoyed doing. And I understood how social norms got the way people act in their environment and respond to people in their environments. The classes I take for my major are very different from other classes I have taken. They're usually not PowerPoints with specific information needed to excel in the class. Most of the classes are discussion-based, and what we learn is usually used to shape essays and written exams as opposed to multiple choice exams, which I really loved. And then in this specific class, the social experiment, it kind of just shaped how you understood sociology as a whole, which was very beneficial. It was really hands-on. So yeah, that was one of my favorites.
I know that social norms exercise, and I love how immersive it is, because it's like, that's what sociology is about. It's about like studying our lives on a day-to-day basis. And so you can read about it in a textbook, but like experiencing it and seeing, oh, that is how these things happen, can be incredibly powerful. That kind of similar to what I was saying, you can't unsee it once you see it. And I think it's cool to be able to do those things because we have such small class sizes in our department. So you get the ability to do that sort of work and have that personalized attention. But you also develop really strong critical thinking skills, reading and writing, research, which is going to help you no matter what you end up doing after you graduate.
Absolutely, I agree. That was one of the first things I noticed when I transferred here. My introduction to sociology class that I took at my previous university had over 100 students, so it's easy for me to see the benefits of having small classes here at UMKC. But so far, I've taken classes like Introduction to Sociology, Social Theory, and some electives like Sociology, Gender, and Social Deviance. But what other classes are required to get my degree? Are there any like math requirements or calculus that I don't know of yet or anything?
No calculus. Should be happy to hear. You do have to take stats, which is actually a really marketable skill and helps you put data in perspective. It's made really relevant and fun because you get to learn about social issues you probably care about, but I know it can be daunting for people who aren't as into math. To get a degree in sociology, let me think. You need to take Introduction to Sociology, which you've taken, research methods, social theory, which you've taken, and statistics. After that, you get to take electives. So what's cool about our department is we have both faculty from sociology and anthropology, so you can take electives in both those fields and get exposure to how anthropologists study things in similar and different ways than sociologists. And as I said, some of the most highly rated at UMKC are our faculty. So it's a real treat to take those classes. In terms of what specific electives we offer so many, some that I think are particularly exceptional: human sexuality, education in the American dream, the living dead, technology and society, social stratification, just so many great things out there. Yeah.
Thank you. And what could I do if I received a degree in sociology? Like, how would I explain it to my parents?
Yes, always. How do we explain it to other people? There are so many things you can do with a sociology degree, in part because you learn so much from so many different perspectives. Some people with sociology degrees transition into social work or policy. They are able to apply the sociological lens to social issues like child welfare, the social determinants of health, or those who have suffered as a result of interpersonal or institutional violence. Other people go on to work for government positions like the IRS, the Department of Health and Human Services, or Federal Reserve. Because UMKC is in Kansas City, there's a lot of opportunities locally for people with sociology degrees, given that both Missouri and Kansas state government offices are based here. So Missouri's Department of Social Services provides family benefits and services, and the Kansas Historical Society or Kansas Department of Health and Environment, they're all based in KC. You could also go on to graduate school. A lot of students who major in anthropology and sociology go on to graduate school so they could teach at the university level or engage in these research positions. Lots of people teach high school and middle school, even without going on to graduate school, or they work in school administration because they understand sort of these structural, as we talked about, how do we restructure learning environments to help students learn. So using that sociological perspective, we can use that in a school setting, but also there are a lot of big companies that want that, like Cerner, Garmin, and Deloitte, all of whom are based in KC, but also around the country. There are also a lot of not-for-profits where you can do work, such as KC Tenants, where I've been doing research recently, and they do really great work to support housing justice in both locally and nationally. Moxa, Cornerstones of Care, Newhouse, Emancipation Station, a lot of places that are supporting marginalized communities, Link, Jewish Family Services, Operation Breakthrough, Big Brothers Big Sisters, and the Mid-American Regional Council, which manages Head Start. So that's a program that helps young children from low-income families prepare to succeed in school through local programs. And a lot of those not-for-profits similarly are supporting different groups of people get housing, get education, get support, get therapy, all sorts of resources to thrive. So there's lots of different employment opportunities, but also those are great ways to just get involved in the community while you're still at UMKC. So we always recommend that students reach out about internship opportunities at those organizations while they're students to get a flavor for, is this something I want to do? How about you? Do you have a sense for what you want to do? You're graduating so soon. It's so exciting.
Earlier, I briefly mentioned starting a nonprofit organization that is based in low-income apartments, so it's easy accessible to preschoolers, to 12th graders in high school. And I just wanted to provide like on-site after-school care because I know it would be very beneficial to a lot of the areas in Kansas City. But besides that, I am currently working as an HR intern, and I'm learning about laws that prohibit discrimination and how to like apply those and like the processes to helping employees get through these processes. But although I'm learning a lot, I recently realized that HR isn't something I want to continue to pursue. I really like the idea of working for a nonprofit, so that's a good one, but I'm not really specifically sure on what I'm going to pursue yet.
That is totally normal. You have time. I always say it's often helpful to learn what you don't like doing. And so sort of having those experiences, trying out different things that, yeah, I don't know what's 100% for me, but I know that's not for me. And that in of itself is just a huge lesson. I know I had so much anxiety when I was graduating to be like, oh, what am I going to do? But as I said, the norm is that you do lots of different things. So it's okay to try one thing and figure out, you know what, that's not right for me, but that helps me get a better sense for maybe I want to do something in this field. And what's so great about sociology is you have so many marketable skills that you've developed strong communication and critical thinking skills that serve you in any of those capacities. So yeah, given that it's more common in our economy today to change professions rather than stay in one, your ability to adapt, to engage in those critical thinking skills help you in any of those fields, but also changing between fields should you do that down the road. So I think you're really, really well suited.
Thank you. That's great to hear because all of the changes in the economy can be really stressful, especially upon graduation.
I feel you. I'm not even graduating and I'm stressed out about it. So I think, yeah, everything going on in the world is really stressful, and it's helpful to know that some of the education that you're getting can help you navigate that. So yeah, also relatedly, what is great about UMKC is how affordable it can be to receive a world-class education. We offer in-state tuition for students from all 50 states, so long as they come in with a 3.0 GPA and are a citizen or permanent resident. There's also a lot of scholarships available to students at UMKC, which I know can also be really daunting to navigate what am I eligible for. But the financial aid office really tries to help students sift through that, find out what are you eligible for to help support you, because it can be really stressfully financially thinking about your higher education. How was that experience for you?
Paying for school is definitely a stressor. Affordability was the main reason why I transferred to UMKC. My main scholarship is with KC Scholars, which I can use for 5 years of undergrad, which is said to be like the traditional graduation, which is said to be the traditional length of undergrad. So I applied for their traditional scholarship. This is available to high schoolers in 11th grade, but it's only available to select counties in Missouri and Kansas. But if you are selected as a recipient, you're allowed to attend one of any of the 17 KC Scholars universities or colleges, which is very beneficial because it's not specific to UMKC, but UMKC is always the option for them.
That's awesome. And that's great to hear that you were able to take advantage of that. So yeah, I think there's a lot of other stuff as well. But yeah, thanks for sharing your experiences with us and letting me share a bit about what we're doing, what we're teaching in our department. I hope this conversation has been helpful to all the prospective students out there, but thank you to Karemah for sharing really this wonderful information. Absolutely. Well, we hope you join us. Join the family in sociology at UMKC. Yeah, I'll see you later, Karemah.
Thank you.
Bye.